Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 10th going to the 16th of April. I'm using my headphones, so apologies if the sound is not the greatest, but it's what it is. Let's see what's going on for you guys, okay? For Aquarius, please. That's quite funny. All right, two more, please, for Aquarius. Something very, very specific about music is coming up here, Aquarius, whether it means, the paying attention to the kind of music you're listening to. Maybe you're listening to more music, maybe you're creating music. But that is really coming up here. This could be a good source of inspiration for you this week, but it's coming out of a very weird energy. You may feel more drained, more tired. You could be taking some time off within this week. This is going to help you. I feel like there is good behind this, but you may not emotionally feel 100% this week. But I kind of feel like that's part of the process. Now, let me explain what I'm seeing here too, because I'm channeling in something. There's an energy of like not doing much, but within this nothingness, something arises, That's the best way I can explain it. Like something just happens. But it makes sense because usually we need some silence to be able to hear that little inner voice and intuition. And it does feel like a catalyst moment for something. Most likely an idea. Again, I am picking up a source of inspiration with this middle card that's coming in. Is it going to solve all your issues? Absolutely not. But it is really going to give you some fire. And I think that's something that you needed, Aquarius, from what I'm picking up. You may have been in your emotions a lot, as I'm saying that we do have the Ten of Swords. So yeah, you might have really been in this very low, depleted energy. Or maybe this week is when it's going to kind of be coming through. I do sense a lot of water energy, okay, a lot of emotions coming up, a lot of heavy emotions is what they're saying here. So you've needed this rest. You deserve this rest, okay? You're going through a lot inside. So even if it doesn't look like you're doing something to other people, you're going through something, and that is just as tiring as actually physically doing something a lot of the time, okay? So just be aware of that, all right? Give yourself some grace with that, okay? Anyways, let's get overall energy, and I'll explain to you what I'm seeing, because this is going to have a lot of messages in this reading. I can already pick up on it. All right, overall energy, please, for Aquarius. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's nice. And this is even nicer. So everything's going to be okay, which I knew anyways. But again, the feeling of this week, I mean, I'm just going to show you the two cards that came up first for you was the Hermit and the Death card. And this is big. Like, this is a very big energy. Not only are they major arcana cards, so they come in when the energy is really strong, but this is really about isolation. This is kind of dark night of the soul, and I am getting goosebumps as I'm saying this, You may have had some health issues for some of you here, Aquarius, so make sure you are speaking to people about this. But this is spending time alone, needing time to think, needing time to be in your own space. The Death card means that you're purging something very, very big in your life. This could have been an ending that happened. This could be grief for some of you, by the way, Aquarius, because for some of you it is that. But for a lot of you, if it's not grief and a loss of a person, this is just a loss of potential. This is a loss of something that, was supposed to go a certain way, and it didn't. It could be a loss of a relationship, It just feels like something has really fizzled out, something came to an end, and there is so much reflection on this within this week. Even if it's subconsciously, this is why you're so tired, because the first oracle card came up for you was time for a nap. And this comes in when it's saying it's a good time to rest. Like, it's okay, you are safe, it's a good time to rest in this energy. So if you need some time out, make sure you understand that you are protected at this time. If it's not convenient, even if it's not convenient. Okay. So you're in this analysis position of your life where you're really looking at things from a high perspective. This is a really good thing. When we are looking from this high perspective, we're able to come to a lot of life lessons and a lot of life conclusions of why things happened or the emotions that you experienced. There is some validation coming through from your higher self here for your feelings, for your emotions. But you are finally releasing something that happened maybe a little while ago. Childhood, Again, something that may have ended a while back. I think it has energetically pulled you down. I mean, which makes sense. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way, just so you know. Don't criticize yourself either, Aquarius. Because these things are tough, and sometimes things take a while to get rid of. Even if you have been successful in the meantime, there's this emotional energy that's coming up. But it is going to be resolved, so I'm going to explain to you. So you have time for a nap. Now, time for a nap card is also a card for me that comes through when it's like, have a sense of pride for where you are right now. Even if it's not where you want to be, you have achieved something. You are in a position where you have achieved better than what you were before, you know. Because this is a card that has two parts in this deck. One where the fox is sitting on an egg looking at the moon. And I always feel like it's asking yourself, how is it going to get there? So in this card, you are already there. You're in a position where you are able to rest. But whether that's... yeah, and this is actually a card of healing too. It kind of gives me Four of Swords vibes as well. So taking that time out for yourself, taking that time to rest, make sure you are healing, okay, and looking after yourself because it's very important. You have Unfinished Symphony coming through next, and this is a card, of course, that relates to music. But this is that kind of like inspiration energy that's coming through, and your inspiration is coming from a situation. We have the 10 here that came to an end, but maybe there was a lack of closure. Maybe there was a lack of validation in something. Maybe there was something that didn't take off the way that you know wanted it to, or maybe you stopped doing something and now you're coming back to it. You know, Unfinished Symphony is just kind of finalizing something that was left unfinished. So you could be finding the answers within yourself that has been leading you to be stuck for a while emotionally, to do with your past. It is to do with your past. This is going to help you move forward, because the Death card coming through here is like, this is like a purging session for you, Aquarius, of where you're really analyzing something, and the Death card is kind of coming through to pick up the rest of it, you know, to finally put something to rest, to move forward. That's what the Death card does. It's always about moving forward. On to the next chapter is Scorpio energy. It's kind of like Phoenix rising, you know. It's going to collect the ashes after you've risen up, you know, as a phoenix. Whatever you've experienced has given you a lot of knowledge, yeah, but it has been very heavy for you. I think a lot of you guys, Aquarius, have seen a lot of darkness in this world, if I'm going to pick up on the energy. But one big major message here is to not allow that to stop you from also seeing the good in the world, because just as much as there's some very negative energies in the world, we also have super incredible ones. So they're really asking for you to put aside the things that we've been looking at. It served a purpose in the time, you know, you needed to purge some things, you needed to look at some things, but to remember that we're moving forward nonetheless. And when we've cleared this energy out, when we've got that closure, when we've got that, you know, finalization of something, finish something off, maybe it's an actual, yeah, some of you it's a goal, or some of you it's something that needs to be completed or accepted in some way. It needs to be closed out in whatever way, so that we can move forward. Because the next card here is To the Sea, which is always about movement, all right? But this card does usually come in here, Aquarius, when we do feel a bit lost. So as I said, this is not going to completely give you all the answers, but it is going to get rid of something that's caused a very heavy weight on you, on your soul, actually. It's not just the 10 of Wands, it's the Hermit. So it's wisdom, it's a heaviness in this area, you know. But To the Sea is saying to trust in the guidance, because you may not see a lot around you. You may not see a lot of, you know, clarity on where you're going, but this is direction that's being given to you. So kind of going with the flow is going to be the easiest, and I'm hearing softest for you. And I don't think I want the universe doesn't want you to do anything drastic at this moment. I think you've done enough, you know, like you've done the drastic thing. The next card's coming from you for you is the 5 of Cups and a 10 of Cups. Okay, and this is really important, because as I was saying, we have some things, we have some negative people who may have spilt, you know, what it is that we had created and had for ourselves. This is what used to be happiness, you know, 3 of Cups is like celebration, happiness. This is kind of not around. Some of you have really been struggling with your mental health, by the way, I can see that. We do have 2 cups still there, which is representing there is still some good that's around you. And of course, when the most important things to us are going wrong, it's very hard to look at the small things that are going right. But the Five of Cups does say, like, when we let go of this, it's a cloak of misery here, when we just let that go, which does feel like this is something that we're having to end, is an old story. And it's not just an old story, it's your story. It's still, and it always will be your story, but it doesn't define you. You're not in that position anymore. Like, you are really kind of moving into a completely new way of being, Aquarius, from what I can see. You're finally stepping into that Ten of Cups, where, you know, it looks like everything's perfect, but the reality is, of course, not everything is perfect, but we're able to manage it better. We're able to let go of that darkness that we've been carrying or that we've experienced and move into this rainbow energy. You know, this happily ever after, where we get the great things that we wanted and desired. And you are achieving goals. You are achieving emotional happiness amongst not just you, but a lot of people around you. If it's not a community you have already, then it is some that you're going to be building, the connections you're going to be building. So it does look good. You also have the Ten of Pentacles underneath the deck also, so you are getting that good, great outcome. But we need to not do is stay stuck at the 5 when we can still reach the 10, you know. Let's pull some more cards for you. Okay, this is very lovely. This seems to be coming through some advice, and I was going to clarify. I was clarifying the Hermit and the Death card, so this is good because it feels like what's coming afterwards. So the Star card, as you know, is all about healing, very similar to what I was saying as well about community, because it's your card too, Aquarius. Some of you could be getting an offer given to you. All right, this could be financial, this could be, you know, new work coming through, this could be maybe a new kind of like stream of income that just kind of happens to you. But it happens to you when you're in your element, when you're in this healing, vulnerable energy, when you're learning to give to yourself and give back to the universe around you. It's a very like connected energy that you're stepping into, but it's because of this deep healing that you're doing, by the way. This is going to invite in a community. This is also a card of wish fulfillment, okay? So it seems to be that you're manifesting a lot stronger because you're purging something that's been blocking that. Okay, and this Page of Pentacles comes in as an offer, an opportunity, by the way. It seems small, all right, but I think you're going to be very grateful for it nonetheless. Okay, this could be coming from a person here, but this could be career, it could be financial, but I kind of feel like this combination is also asking you, whilst your healing, is to learn new things, and it's so important, and it does wonders to your self-esteem, your confidence. It adds some discipline into your life. It adds a routine into your life. And if that's something that's been lacking and something that you feel lost because of, you don't have it, then this is coming through. And this is where we have a lot of this beautiful, bright energy coming through in these cards. And that could lead towards wish fulfillment, could lead towards this community. Okay, so don't be afraid to enroll in anything, you know, that just is healing for you, because it can actually take you somewhere. And we have the Fool saying that as well. So some of you could open complete new paths and lead to new goals, you know. So even if we feel a little bit lost because we don't really know where we're going, doing something that makes you happy, that makes you feel good in the moment, can actually lead to future, you know, goals and stuff. So we have some good news in terms of your connections with people. And I'm going to show you the sequence of cards that just came out. We have the Hierophant and the Two of Cups. So this is a marriage. This is a good connection. We have the Page of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Fool card. So this looks like a beginning in terms of love. Could be a new person. Okay, that's the energy I'm picking up on. But if you're already married and already in a good connection, and this just feels like things are being taken to the next level. There could be a proposal. There could be a very special question, a very special event coming through, and it feels like things are changing and moving rapidly in a connection. And you may just decide to move together, Aquarius. You may just decide to get married or have a baby. Like, this, or whatever it means. Maybe you start a business together, you know, that could be a couple goal, you know, it doesn't have to be so romantic. But this feels very good. And the Page of Cups is like a surprising opportunity that seems to take things further and lead to a new path in terms of a connection with people, okay? So that's lovely. There's a lot of love between you and this person, so that's nice. And if this is not a new person in your life yet, then it's something to look forward towards, you know. Queen of Swords, make sure we have boundaries, okay? Queen of Swords is also a truth seeker, okay? Let's clarify why that just came out. Six of Wands. It feels like this energy that you're going to carry is going to be the thing that leads you towards success. Some of you could be a teacher here and you're helping other people succeed. Or you could be getting a mentor that's going to help you succeed by the way of some advice is really going to be the basis of why you are successful. Because that Queen of Swords seems to be helping the Six of Wands. You can see that. Some advice is leading you towards success. Some boundaries is what's leading you towards success. Maybe just being this Queen of Swords, being a truth seeker is leading you towards some sort of success here. You're winning the war, all right? And it feels like the war of the mind, the war of the past, and the effects that it's had on you. Very big event for you. For Aquarius, please, let's get some random messages, please, for them for this week. Yeah, some of you are going to be getting, like, engaged or married. We have the Ring. A marriage will take place either romantic or business. Okay, so this could just be a good partnership in a career. You also have the Elephant, which says a long journey, either physical or mental, will have you wiser at the end. And that's that Hermit energy. So maybe this was a marriage, you know, or maybe someone who's really stuck by you in these times. We do have just a little bit of a forewarning here with the Bear saying danger, especially in money matters. These cards can be a bit exaggerated, so just pay attention to your finances here. But I do see that this is something that we're healing and something that we're going to get opportunities in anyways. Just make sure you're saving and make sure you're making wise choices with your finances. All right, let's get you an animal spirit card too for Aquarius. Beautiful. We have the number 10. Again, we have Buffalo Spirit, which says the abundant universe will provide. It's very powerful stuff, okay? By the way, buffaloes are super strong. I'm sure you can Google this as well and see what other kind of spiritual aspects they have, but they're super, super strong. Strong-willed as well. Thick skin also, so this is just you. Saying with thick skin, which the Queen of Swords actually does have, you can get through whatever challenges come your way with wisdom and with abundance. All right, my angels, I love you guys. I wish you all the best. I'm sending you my love, and I hope to see you guys next time. Okay.